So yeah, welcome to the first official Forex price action or FX price action setups webinar. My name is CJ Dupe, CJ Dupe FX. I started this FX price action setup group a few years ago to basically help fellow traders, share ideas and find their feet in the Forex market without, charging them anything or without, ripping them off, because there's so many scammers. I've been in this industry for so long, and I think it's so difficult for new traders to find their way with, all these scammers and con artists and everything. So the whole idea with Forex price action, and as you guys can see, the slogan we have is real traders, real setups, no BS. We don't post photos of our Lamborghinis or our 5 watches or things like that. We're actual traders. This is what we do for a living, and we want to show people the real side of trading. Trading can be very rewarding, but it's not as easy as everyone says it is. There's a lot of hard work that goes into it, and we want to show you guys the road to get to to be a professional trader or make Forex trading your career. So I've actually partnered with a few traders that I've been working with over the past few years. They're busy helping me with this project, and different other different members from the community are all sort of stepping in to make this possible. And we've even got some sponsorship from brokers that I'll address later. But yeah, let's get started. So. All right, in today's webinar, we're basically going to cover a broad overview of what this community is about, the services we're offering, and then we're also going to cover what price action is. So, that it's a bit of a, that term gets thrown around a lot now. I don't know if anyone really understands exactly, or if everyone understands exactly what that means, but I'll try and clear that up a bit later in the video. But first of all, let's discuss what is FX price action setups. Like I said, it's a trading community created by traders for traders. This is supposed to support traders, at any stage of their journey. Whether they're just starting out, they have no idea where to go. This community can help them, whether they, busy developing as traders, so they can work with other traders, find educational material. We provide platforms so traders can, work together, collaborate and learn. Most of when I started trading, I did quite a few courses. I paid, some were cheap, some were very expensive. And one thing that was lacking is these people teaching these courses. They weren't traders themselves. They were teachers. What they say: if you can't do, you teach. And you'll do a weekend course, you'll pay whatever, and then you're on your own. There was nobody could show me how to trade. No one that taught me could show me how to trade, and that's what we plan to do here. So the main goal is to create, a platform and a community that can assist Forex traders from complete beginners all the way to professionals, and we aim to do this for free. And I know you guys will say, oh, nothing is for free in this world, and maybe that's true. But we've worked on a model where, we're not going to sell you anything. We're not going to, we're not going to ask any subscription fees. Everyone in our community, we share our knowledge openly. The stronger the community gets, the better we get as traders, myself as well. And a lot of this was created for me to collaborate with other traders. Now, how we can achieve this, it does rely on the community for support, in the sense that, as FX price action setups, we've actually partnered with quite a few brokers now, and all the traders, traders that trade with any of these brokers, if they set up their accounts with any of these brokers, then indirectly the brokers will be able to support us. This starts generating funds for the community. And these funds then we use to, develop our platforms, create our material, pay the moderators and things like that. It's not much, but it does help. And eventually, like I say, this community will hopefully sustain itself. All right, but I'm quickly going to cover a few of our, the FX price action setups services available to you guys. One I'm really excited about is the Discord trading room. I started when I was trading. I started trading Forex about 5 years ago. I started giving classes first, but I hated giving classes and selling courses. I wanted to be a trader. So when I quit my job, I started trading I looked for a trading company, a trading floor, and I started working at a company called Storm Trading. We were a bunch of traders trading pretty much every market. If it moved, if it had a price and moved, we would be in there, Forex, futures, equities, all that kind of thing. And what I learned from trading on a trading floor is, the benefit from working with people and sharing ideas and working, in an environment cannot be, overemphasized. And I traded on this floor for about 3 years, and at the end of 2017, I decided to go solo, to go straight into Forex trading. Now, there's no sort of trading floors for Forex traders, and when I started actually a trading company, and I found it very difficult to trade on my own. So the idea was to create a platform so that I can work with my fellow traders that I've been working with over the years. Some of them you'll see in this room, Karabu and Ruan and Andile and Bruce. You guys can see their profiles on the webpage. There's quite a few other traders. These are just officially working with me now. And we created the platform, and I'll show you guys how this works, which is and this is also a bit of a breeding ground for new traders. But we used to share setups on Facebook and then on WhatsApp and then on Telegram, but it got really messy. And if you're a full-time trader, you need to be organized. And we couldn't organize the setups and stuff. So we created this, the trading room, and it is basically for everyone from new. If you're a beginner trader, you can use this room to watch what other traders are doing. We've got concept sections where the setups get sorted into to help traders understand all the setups. We've got chart sections to sort of sort all the setups from each other. The room is trying to get a balance between a teaching and learning platform for new traders and for professional traders to use it, as their sort of their trading floor or their office. Part of the problem is if a room gets too big, it gets flooded with charts and it gets messy. So we've got a bit of a structure and system in place here where you start off as a civilian, if you join, you become a cadet, and the more you contribute, you become a soldier or a captain. And as you move up the ranks, you get more access to post charts in the rooms, and that way we can keep the room clean and organized. So check out the trading room. As you guys can see there, here's all the concept channels, the supported brokers we have, and all the charts. It's actually it's a very useful tool as a trader. It's if you are serious about trading, then try and give this trading room a chance. It is free to join, so the link is on the website. Just to show you guys the website quickly. So if you go to the website, just fxpriceactionsetups.com, here at the bottom or under info, you can find info on the link to the Discord trading room. All right, so that's quickly the Discord trading room. I want to quickly also, I don't know if all of you know about the Forex Ultimate Trading Championships or Forex UTC that we've launched. This is an aim to get traders involved, to get them trading for real. Without risking money. The point is we're also trying to teach them proper money management. So it's a free trading contest, and it is with demo money, but we got strict rules in place so people take it a bit more seriously. This is obviously our first event. If this is a success, then we'll try and bring you guys more events. Check out the Forex Trading Championships. That info is also on the website. Just something I want to quickly cover here. Like I said, it starts on Monday, which is 5 or 6 days away. I will have late entries for this tournament, but obviously the sooner you start, the better chance you have of ultimately becoming the Forex UTC champion. So, and we're going to be covering this on YouTube as well. Once a week, we'll have leaderboard updates. The big winners, the big gainers. We'll give a prize away for the trade of the week. Now the trade of the week is the trader that did the best trade risk reward wise, meaning if they were risking 20 pips and they made 200 pips on the trade, it's a 10 to 1 risk reward trade. And if that is the highest risk reward trade for the week or banked for the week, then that trader will walk away with trade of the week and a prize. There's some rules on the trade of the week, and one of those rules is that you need to use our easy order indicator. This is just so we I'll show you guys quickly how the easy order indicator works. You can find that on the website. Actually, I have a video on quickly on a demo account. So you guys can download the easy order indicator and install it. The instructions are on the website. So basically let's quickly open a chart we can actually take now. It doesn't matter. So with the rules in place in the trading championships, if you guys lose more than 5% of your account on a single trade or more than 10% in a day, you guys get a strike. 3 strikes and you're out. So you've got to survive for 7 weeks. There's no point going all in on every trade. If you get 3 strikes, you're going to be disqualified. So once you've installed the easy order indicator, the trade that wins trade of the week needs to be placed with the easy order indicator. So once you execute a trade and you click OK, it's going to place the trade. And as you guys can see, there's a comment section here. All you guys have to do is leave that empty. And if you place a trade, as you guys can see, in the comment section, it'll tell you 2% risk. The risk reward on this trade is 2.1. And that's the number that we are looking for. That's why you need to use the easy order indicator so we can get those stats from your statements. And then also you're not allowed to move your stop loss or your take profit. So once you place the trade, that's the trade you set up. And if it hits your take profit, then it goes into the running for trade of the week. I'll explain a bit more in future videos, but that was just quickly for now. All right, so IFX was actually when I approached IFX with this idea, they were actually quite keen to help us out. They're sponsoring the prizes now. Also, I just need to mention that they are sponsoring the prizes. They are paying it into live trading accounts. This isn't to force people to trade with them or anything. This is just a regulatory thing. Because of the nature of business, they can't just pay out money to random people. You need to be verified to be able to get a prize. So if you do manage to win the prize, they just need a verification document. This is also so one guy can't enter 20 times into the competition. And then once you're verified, then you can obviously withdraw your money if that is what you want. All right, just moving on. Okay, we're almost at the what is price action setup part of this webinar. But I just quickly want to tell you what you guys can expect from FX price action setups in the future. Like I said, I've partnered with a few traders that I've been working with, really amazing traders that have helped me a lot in my trading career. And we will be taking turns to host these webinars, hopefully on a weekly basis, and to gradually introduce you guys to price action concepts, money management concepts, things like that you can use in your trading. Because our group of traders or team of traders, as we like to call it, like I say, we've been working together. We've agreed to work together as Forex traders. So we actually every week before the week starts, we have weekly meetings to discuss potential setups, look at the market and go through things like that. So we're doing that anyway. So we will be sharing that with some of the members or with the members. So that's something you can look out for. We're also launching seminars across South Africa. So if you're living in South Africa and you would like to attend one of our seminars, it's going to be absolutely free. We're going to basically teach you guys the road from beginner to professional, the right way. We're not going to show you flashy cars or things like that. We're going to tell you where to begin. For complete beginners, if you're more advanced, we're going to give you advanced strategies. And provide you the tools to get to where you are. And like I say, we can give you a much clearer, realistic idea of what it takes to be a trader than these guys with the fancy suits and all these bullshitters. All right, so yeah, you can, if you guys need more info, again, that is going to be on the website. You can just go to Seminars SA. These are our presenters, Bruce, Andile, Ruan, Karabu, and myself. And like so you guys can just fill in your details, reserve your seat, and we'll get back to you as soon as we have the numbers. We'll get that going. So yeah, what else have we got here? Yeah, and hopefully we're gonna. This is our first trading event that I mentioned. Hopefully we can run this throughout the year next year. Build a bigger community, and yeah, ultimately create a strong community of Forex traders. And eventually I'd even like to open my own Forex trading floors across the country. But for that to happen, I first need to create some profitable traders. Yeah, we're going to also be introducing training and mentoring with the help of some brokers, and again we will be able to bring all this to you guys for free. We're definitely trying our best to do that. My goal is not to make money from this community. I'm a trader, but trading is quite boring on its own, and I try and give back to the community as well. And like I say, these groups that I've been running has indirectly helped me so much, because it's introduced me to all these great traders that then help me, and hopefully we'll create more traders to bring into the team to help us in the future. All right, so that was just a quick brief overview. If you need more information, just check out the website. All right, so again, guys, this is just a very quick webinar. I can't cover too much. Price action is such a broad concept, but I'll give you guys a brief overview so you guys can understand what it's about and what we will be covering in future webinars. So basically, when we talk about price action is basically studying a chart, without indicators, just watching the movement in price. Now, everyone, especially when you start trading Forex, you're looking for this magic indicator that tells you, when this crosses here or that crosses there, and this distorts your view of what's really happening in the market. And all the professional or successful traders I know, every single one of them, maybe with the exception of one, trades pure price action. They don't have any indicators on their charts, and there's a good reason that they end up becoming the successful ones, because they do not rely on these indicators that distort the picture. If you clean up your chart, you'll have a much clearer understanding of what price is trying to do, and I'll show you guys now what I mean by that. So analyzing the movement of price, one can start adding the pieces to the puzzle. So you need to figure out, or you can figure out, if the market is in a trend or in an impulse. So you know the direction. Is the market consolidating or correcting? So you know how to adjust. Is the market showing signs of reversal? And other questions you can ask in price action is why did the market do that? What is the market trying to do, or where is the market trying to go? And you can do this purely by watching the price, and I'll show you guys now. So this, if you're trading price action, this is more or less what your chart will look like. It is clean, it is clear. There's nothing painted on it. It doesn't look like a rainbow or with a bunch of, you guys understand. So this is what a price action chart looks like, and here's an example of what is not a price action chart. There's so many indicators. I don't know how you can make a decision looking at a chart like this, but you see it all over. So this is not a price action chart. All right, now there's a few I've just covered a few price action concepts here. So when we talk about price action, we look for things like structure breaks or reversal patterns, continuation patterns or corrective patterns. We're looking for impulse moves. There's things you've got to know where the liquidity in the market is. You've got to look out for the market maker tricks, when they're spiking stops, what are they setting up for? And you can all see this in the price, in the price action, so to say. And the market maker leaves these footprints that we'll discuss, that sort of gives their, gives their hand away, and the list goes on. So yeah, just quickly looking, I've actually just grabbed a couple of charts from our Discord trading room to just show you guys just a few examples. So this was actually a trade on the USD Swiss franc a few weeks ago, and I'm quickly going to go to my MetaTrader to show you guys the price action part of this setup. So first, as you guys can see, before I go to my MetaTrader, this was a short that we set up, and we were expecting the market to come crashing down. Just on this chart, you guys can see before we took the trade, I can't really zoom in here now, but the market had this big up run, straight up, and then it started making this consolidation. But before it came down, it had one more push up to clear these highs here. And like I said, you guys got to ask yourself, why did the market do that? Or what is it trying to do? So why the market did this is it was trying to just gain liquidity for a move to the downside. But let's quickly look at the USD Swiss franc chart more in detail. So this was the chart that we were looking at, and this was the stop run. And after that, the market came down and moving into a smaller time frame. Let's see that. Let's move to a 1 hour. After the market had the big spike, we had a bit of price action over here as well. This is a corrective structure that we talked about. This is just a plain ABC or zigzag. So again, this is a bit of a form of price action. And like I said, we're going to discuss all these concepts in detail. I'm just giving you guys a brief overview. So we had a bit of an ABC correction. Again, spiked the highs before it came crashing down. Just looking on a daily chart before it came crashing down. After this big run up, what the price did was started making these flags. Now flags again is a great price action indicator of what the market is trying to do. Normally, if the market is flagging up like that, then it means it's getting ready. It's building up for a move to the downside. So we had the big flag here, a breakdown, a little bit of a flag again, and then we had the massive breakdown. One of the other concepts we're going to teach is one of called liquidity void. Again, this was something I learned from the inner circle trader. But this whole move up was very insufficient. The market just shot up. There was no trading there, and they call these liquidity voids. So once the market came crashing down, we were pretty sure it's going to cover all this area, and it actually went a bit lower before it started reversing. But I got a few more good examples for you guys. So the USDCAD chart is one I covered on the FX Price Action Setups YouTube videos. If you guys are not subscribed to the YouTube channel, just search for FX Price Action Setups. The USDCAD setup is actually one of the first ones I did. So you guys can go through that to look at to look at the price action or the analysis as it happened. But yeah, this was a setup we were looking at, myself and Ruan and a few of other traders. This was actually quite a trade we were quite excited about. And as you guys can see, that it was forming, again, this is all price action. It was forming a bit of a reversal pattern or sort of a corrective pattern. And we were expecting the price to come down to clear these lows. And the trade started working very well. Let's go to the USDCAD weekly. So this arrow, if you guys can see it over here, this arrow is pretty much where we started shorting it, and we were expecting this price to come down. Now this was almost 4 months ago when we put the short on, and for 4 months it's done this. Now from a price action point of view, what's happening now is this market again is not coming down like we expected. It looks like it is just forming a bit of a correction, and price action is telling me now we'll have at least one more move up and into this footprint, like I mentioned, this little order block here. I really wanted this. Some people call them institutional blocks or order blocks or supply and demand levels. They're actually very significant, and we'll definitely do a few webinars on them. I was actually, when the short happened, I was actually a little disappointed that it never touched that level, but now I can see that it's still getting ready to get up and touch that level. So currently looking at this chart, we're looking at longs. This trend line was never broken. And check back in a few months and see if this started playing out. This is my prediction, just based on price action. Like I said, I wanted this to come down, but it really doesn't look like it's ready to come down. So we're expecting one more move up, and then it'll come down. All right, I've got two more examples for you guys. All right, this again was a short that we were waiting for on the US indexes, and I don't know if you guys have followed the markets. It came crashing down a few days ago, and this was actually a short that we got right at the top. And now there was a couple of things that happened here. First of all, I talked about these corrective patterns that we're gonna discuss, and this market was making what we call a running flat. So this is why we were looking for the market to come down. We had, the market was running out of steam. There was a lot of divergence. It was flagging on the lower time frames. I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. All right, so this was when we started looking for the shorts. And as you guys can see, this before this move happened, this was actually where we ended up shorting the market. And just based on price action again, when we were looking for the short, as soon as this flag broke, it was good to go, and then there was no stopping it. But I don't think that this market is done. This was only the first move down. On a weekly time frame, I do expect this to come down a little bit lower to complete the pattern. So this is one to look out for. Basically, what I think this will end up doing now is just form another zigzag or ABC, and then maybe around about this area we'll start hunting the short. And then you can again look on smaller time frames, 5 or 15 minutes. Look for the reversal, the impulse, and then look for these corrective patterns to get short. But yeah, I'm actually expecting another leg down. And eventually, maybe to this area. Yes, so I don't think the stock market is done crashing yet. All right, one of my favorite examples on gold. Quickly, one last example, and there's also a setup on gold that we will discuss. Let's get back to the presentation. So yeah, this let me get to the. So what happened on gold again is we had this big move down. And it went straight into to the pip, almost to this last weekly order block or institutional level. Like I say, we'll discuss those sort of footprints in the market, and then it started making a reversal pattern. Now the bigger pattern in this gold trade is also a bit of a regular flat, and we're actually expecting the market to come down one more time to about $1,100. To clear these lows into this sort of gray area here. Where it's going to turn, we got a couple of theories, and we'll use price action to figure out where to get short this market for another leg down. Just quickly move to the daily. So one option, and this is I think the most likely, and this is the one that most of my team of traders agree with, is we're just doing a little bit of an ABC correction to the 38 fib here. We got liquidity here. We got an order block here. So this is definitely the area that we're going to look for price action to go short. So we'll look for, on the 15 or 5 minute time frame, we look for a bit of a reaction. If we see a spike down, maybe a little bit of a flag, then we can get short this market. That's the one option, and I think the only other option for gold is a move up to the 61 fib to this 1288, I believe is the level, and then again we'll look for the price action to get short. But this is the second scenario. I think that the first scenario is more likely. So yeah, we're looking for these corrective patterns. As you guys can see, this was also a corrective pattern in here. We had the reversal, and then we had the ABC correction, and we were able. We actually on our Discord trading room. This was the level we mentioned. It was 1182. We said we're gonna get long, which was actually quite perfect, and we now had that massive move up. But yeah, this was just a brief overview on price action. Like I say, we're definitely going to cover more topics, and like I say, this if there's any topics you guys need to cover, or if there's anything we can help you guys with, you're welcome to contact me or any of the team of traders. Like I said, this community is for traders, by traders, so you guys need to help us improve this community. But yeah, this was only our first webinar. Sorry, there was a bit of technical difficulties. Hopefully we will only improve and get things better into the future. So yeah, we welcome your comments and constructive criticism, and with your help we can make this a strong and thriving Forex community and help everyone become give everyone the tools to become successful. So thank you guys very much. I'll upload the webinar, and I'll see you guys later.